going? Okay, Miss Connie, the first one, oath of allegiance for public officers. Do you do that?
One moment. I think we have to call everything to order, and then I will do roll call.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the new commission clerk, by the way. My name's Katie.
And I'm new too, so so we'll do this together, Katie. Okay, so we will call the meeting to order. And Katie, can you take attendance, please?
Yes, thank you. Commissioner Archuleta, you can just say here.
Here.
Commissioner Bell.
Here.
Commissioner Domke.
Hi, John. Welcome. Here.
Commissioner Gleason.
Here.
Commissioner Perez.
Here.
And Commissioner Corwitz.
Here.
All right, we have quorum. Thank you.
Great. All right, our first item on the agenda is oath of allegiance for public officers.
All right, so I'm going to be reading the oath of allegiance, and our new commissioner, John Archuleta, thank you for serving in commission. I'm going to have you respond with either I agree or I disagree once I've completed. Is that okay? You're still muted, but.
Yes.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that you will take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you aim about to enter?
I do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, welcome to our commission, Mr. John Archuleta. I'm so glad to see you on here with us. We're a really fun group. So can you, I think a lot of people know you, but for those that don't, can you kind of give us a little background about your history in West Sacramento and what made you decide to join our fun commission?
Well, first of all, I love art. Always had a big spot for it in my heart. Lived in West Sacramento most of my life, pretty much all my adult life. I've gone to all the schools over here in West Sacramento. I've lived on both sides, the north side and the south side. I've owned a business here, corporation. I currently am a small business owner, residential painting, and I am involved in community. I also am involved in the Yolo County. Right now I'm serving on the local mental health board. I've also just put in to be on the board for the, I think it is for the Chief of Police's Commission. And now I'm serving with the Arts Commission, and also serve with the Knights of Columbus and on the Parish Council at Holy Cross. Been involved also with St. Vincent de Paul. So very, very much love my community, love to participate and try to help as much as I can to move us forward and to hopefully make the place just a little bit better for everyone.
Great. Thank you, John. Mm-hmm. You are a busy man.
I don't know about that.
Going on, but, welcome. I'm glad you're with us now.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, we have presentations by the public on matters not on the agenda. Katie, do we have anybody that has asked to speak?
I don't believe we have any public comment, and I don't see anyone from the public on here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Next item, Commissioner Communications. Is there anybody that has special communications they'd like to share? Seeing none, I will move on. Next one, our presentation, Girl Scout Troop 808 Utility Box Art Project. Exciting.
Yes, we're very excited tonight, commissioners, to have Troop 808 join us again. We have two commissioners that did not get to see the very first presentation they did to this commission back in February. Basically, they have contacted Parks and Recreation and the Arts Commission, and they had an idea for a utility art box project that they wanted to do. So the last time they came to this commission, they asked you for your input into their idea and a little guidance into what they were aiming to do with the project. It was a really great presentation. They took to heart what you said, and they've come back now with their final proposal. And you will get to see tonight what will be their art installation of their public art utility box project. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Troop 808.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Addie, and I am a Girl Scout with Troop 808. My fellow troop members will introduce themselves later throughout the presentation, and we are excited to be presenting an update in our utility art box project. Since you have some new commissioners, we will also provide a little history of our project.
Okay, let me just pull up. Hello, I'm Amelia. Background, our project first began with our idea to bring more public art to West Sacramento. Next, we knew we needed to see if our vision was possible. I'm going to read you a letter Kelsey and I wrote to make that first connection. Hi there, we are Troop 808 from West Sacramento Girl Scouts, and we are working on our 2021 Girl Scout Troop project. Our troop likes to do lots of art, and we would like to share our creativity with the public. The way we want to do this is paint a boring utility box and make it a unique masterpiece. We hope that doing this will inspire other girls our age. We also hope other artists will paint utility boxes, and when people see our utility box, they will see that it took perseverance, hard work, creativity. We have a local high school artist who's willing to help us. We have lots of ideas, and we have some models and examples from communities and cities who have done this. Our question is what your advice would be to help us develop our unique and creative masterpiece. We will be willing to speak in front of the Arts, Culture, and Historic Preservation Commission. We sincerely look forward to hearing and working with you. Sincerely, Amelia Kelsey on behalf of Troop 808.
Or you can go.
From that letter, we started working with your amazing staff. They identified not one, but 3 utility boxes we could beautify. Miss Connie and Miss Kira supported us as we presented our idea to your commission this past February. We also partnered with the high school artist Ellery to help our idea come to life. These are the sketches Ellery created, inspired by our drawings, which we presented at the time. Your valuable input helped us get where we are today.
We want to share our why with you again tonight. Our why. Our troop has been planning our 2022 Girl Scout Troop project. Our troop likes to do lots of art, and we would like to share our creativity with the public. The way we want to do this is to paint a boring utility box and make it a unique masterpiece. We have been researching how other cities do similar projects to ensure we hope this project will inspire other girls our age. We also hope other artists will paint utility boxes so our town is covered in art. When the public sees our utility box, they'll see that it took perseverance, hard work, and creativity. Our plan has changed since we last came to you. Thanks to your input, and we will share that now.
Hi, I am Sarah, and I am the troop leader, along with Miss Leah, who's also with us, although she's about to head off to the ICU for the night shift. So you're going to hear from her for just a minute, and we sure appreciate her. These are the 3 utility boxes that were chosen by the city. They're right across the street from City Hall. And the girls worked on how they could incorporate all of your input in their utility boxes. And it was a bit daunting because they were trying to get a whole lot of ideas onto these boxes. And so Kira came up with a wonderful plan to have the girls do their art on canvas. And she took pictures then of that canvas, and it's going to be a vinyl wrap. So the left and the right utility boxes will be a vinyl wrap of the girls' art. And then the center box will be hand painted. And as you heard, our girls want to inspire other utility boxes covered in art. And so we think it's an exciting way to model for artists out there 2 different mediums that could be used in the future.
Sorry, I was muted. I'm sorry. Here the girls are creating their art, and we got together many different days, and they worked so hard, but it was so much fun. And the girls now will present their pieces for the wrap.
Okay, so hello, my name is Amelia. I'm going to 6th grade at Bridgeway Island Elementary School. My favorite thing to do in the summer in West Sacramento is eating all the summer foods. This is my art piece named The Cabbage White Butterfly. I chose this because you always see these little butterflies running, flying around our field. And the color I chose literally a really light gray for the butterfly, so it isn't like white, just straight up white. And then for the flower, I chose purple because that's my favorite color.
Hello. Hello, my name is Addie. I'm going into 6th grade at Bridgeway Elementary School as well. My favorite thing in summers of West Sacramento is the nice weather for swimming and playing outdoor games. This is my art piece, which is titled The River Cats. I was inspired to do this piece because we are known for our baseball stadium and their games here in West Sac. I chose these colors for the background because I thought they would make a nice Sun City blend.
Oh, so Tegan is not here today, but this is her image. She doesn't have a name for it, but it's supposed to be the poppies. And she added a sunset in the back to show the beautiful sunsets we have here.
Hello, my name is Sophia. I'm going into 6th grade at Our Lady of Grace School, and my favorite thing to do in the summer is probably going swimming and playing in my pool. This is my art piece titled West Sacramento Goats, and I was inspired to do this piece because I always looked at the herds of goats around West Sacramento, and I saw how important they are to West Sac. They were also just really fun to draw and paint for this project, so I was excited to do it.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Saley. I am going to 6th grade at Bridget Allen Elementary. My favorite thing to do in the summer in West Sacramento is spend time talking to my friends. This is my art piece titled Downtown West Sacramento, and I was inspired to do this piece by the unique shape of the Ziggurat building. I chose these colors because they remind me of the pretty and bright, because they're pretty and bright, and the blue reminds me of the sky. I'm Chelsea again, and I'm speaking for Kelsey. She goes to 6th grade at Natomas Charter School Performing and Fine Arts Academy. Her favorite thing to do in the summer is spend time with her friends. Her art piece is titled Grapevines in the Sunset, and she was inspired to do this piece by her dad.
Hello, I'm speaking for Savannah, who is on vacation right now. She is also going to sixth grade at Bridgeway Island Elementary School. And her favorite thing to do in the summer in West Sacramento is to swim in her pool, go to friends' houses, and ride her bike on the levee. Her piece was titled The Golden Bridge, and she was inspired to draw this piece because the bridge is a big part of West Sac and it connects us to the city of Sacramento. It is our main landmark, and when she sees it, she knows she is home.
With all of those wonderful ideas and paintings on canvas turned over to me, I had the privilege to photograph those artwork and Photoshop them together to create the vinyl wrap design, which I'm going to present to you momentarily. There are 2 vinyl wraps that will be completed, and each design features each girl's artwork in a collage style manner. And so I present to you, this is box A for our vinyl wrap. I'm going to need you to do a little bit of origami in your mind and turn this into a rectangle. So this is our first box, box A, with its nearby neighbor, box C. And of course, last but not least, there is one more box. I'm going to turn that back over to the troop to talk about.
Based on the February Commission meeting feedback, for the hand-painted box in the middle, we are going with the dandelion. Our high school artist Ellery will be helping us to create this piece. This playful image makes us think about wishes and dreams, which everyone in West Sacramento can relate to. I came up with this idea, so I'm especially excited that it was chosen, and it can also be used to symbolize hope.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you also to your team and specifically Miss Connie and Miss Kira. We will be finished with our project this summer and would love to have you out for a reveal and pictures.
Great job, Troop 808 and Commissioners. How impressive is all that art. It's going to be beautiful wrapped around those 3 boxes. And I'm excited to say we hope to finish all that this summer and then invite you as a commission out to do a ribbon cutting with the troop and celebrate their public art piece. So, and great job, Troop 808.
All right. Thank you so much for that presentation. I love the wrap idea that's able to incorporate all your different drawings, and you guys did some fabulous drawings. So good work, girls. And I really look forward to seeing it completed and being there. Do any other commissioners have any comments, questions?
Piggy Bell.
I just wanted to say how impressed I am with all of these young girls and what you've created in this project and your fortitude to make this a reality. And you're just 6th graders. I just wanted to say how impressed I am with you, and thank you for that presentation, and thank you for your contributions to beautifying our city.
All right, thank you.
Oh, Raymond?
Yeah, hi girls. Thank you very much for presenting to us. I think all these photos are just awesome. When it comes to art being on the commission, I always err on the side of how does the art piece represent West Sacramento? And not only do they represent West Sacramento, but I think it's pretty cool that we're seeing West Sacramento through your respective lens. From the bridge, the cool bridge, and the what do they call it? The money tower. What do we call it? The pyramid building. To the little flower that when you talked about it, I said, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. And just take it back when I was a kid. I won't even say how long ago that was. How important art is to this day. If you guys still go to River Cats games, there are tiles of art on the pillars, and all those kids that did the drawing on the pillars were your age, and they're now in their early 30s. So art lives long, from your age, going on. And art is integral to our city. And thank you very much for doing it.
Thank you. And Commissioner Domke.
And congratulations to all of you for your presentation. That's not easy. And you did a great job of not only developing the presentation, but taking us through it. The questions that I had in my mind at the beginning, you answered through your presentation, and your summary was excellent. So those are really important skills, and you've done an excellent job. Thanks for doing this for our community.
Commissioner Archuleta.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the girls for all their hard work. I love the vibrant colors and the creativity and the messages behind some of those nice artwork. I just wanted to say thank you for all that hard work. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much, Troop 808. You guys have done a fabulous job. And again, we can't wait to see it in person and meet all of you in person, right? And have a great summer. I love hearing about all your fun things that you guys like to do over the summer. So have a wonderful summer and good luck with everything. I know it's going to come out great. And we will see you at the end of the summer or at the beginning of fall. Next item, approval of the minutes for the February 28th, 2022 meeting. Do I have anyone that would like to make a motion to accept our minutes?
I make a motion to approve minutes for February 28th.
Great.
And I second that.
All right, thank you. And I'll take roll for, right, I take roll for approval. Commissioner Archuleta, sorry.
Well, since I wasn't present at that meeting, I'll go ahead and abstain.
Right. Vice Chair Bell.
Yeah, yay.
Commissioner Domke.
I also will abstain. I was not present for the meeting.
Thank you. Commissioner Gleason.
Aye.
Commissioner Perez.
Aye.
And Chair Corwitz.
Aye.
The minutes are approved. Thank you.
All right. Next is our presentation on Rhythm on the River Summer Concert Series by Mr. Sam Brinkhouse.
Okay. Well, it's nice to see everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam Brinkhouse. I'm a recreation supervisor with Parks and Recreation. And at this point, I'd like to go ahead and share my screen and give you a quick update on our Rhythm on the River concert series taking place this summer. Our Rhythm on the River is in partnership with Drake's and the Bridge District. This concert series is the first concert series that the city has hosted since Harmony on the River back in 2012. 4 concert dates were selected this year, with concerts taking place during the last Thursday of the month in May, June, July, and August. The process started with a call for bands back in November of 2021. We had roughly 75 band submissions. Following that, we had a band selection committee meeting in January, where we were able to narrow down the selections to the top contenders. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Commissioners Bell and Corwitz for participating. We also had city staff as well as Drake staff and private consultant as well. These events are very family oriented, and we have a family fun zone with the following community partners participating. There's also food and beverages available for purchase. And our first concert, taking place May 26th, was Classics Night. We had a very talented local cover band, the Neverland Band, as well as special guest, the local River City High School Jazz Band, the Syncopating Sea Monkeys. And at this time, I'd like to play a quick recap video and show you the highlights of the evening. So we had a great time. The weather was perfect that evening. It wasn't too hot. Actually, it got a little bit chilly toward the end of the night, and people had to throw on sweatshirts and hats to stay warm. Our rock night is this Thursday, June 30th, and it actually looks like the weather is going to be cooling off just a tad, so we're excited about this concert. Showcases two of Sacramento's top local rock bands, Bad Mother Nature and Red Voodoo. This lineup was actually the same lineup that opened the Concerts in the Park concert series downtown. And so we had a chance to view both of these bands, and we're really excited about Thursday. It's going to be a great night. The lead singer actually from Red Voodoo was raised here in West Sac, and so it's nice to have him and his band out participating. So again, I'd like to extend an invitation to all the commissioners and those in attendance to come on out June 30th, this Thursday, 5:30 to 9. It's going to be a great concert. The July concert is July 28th, and we have two acts, the Cash Prophets, which is a Johnny Cash cover band, as well as the Crossman Connection, which is a brothers, actually two brothers, and it's a very powerful country act. The lead singer is very, very talented, and so very much looking forward to these two acts. Rounding out the series is Latin Funk Night with two bands, Sol Peligro, which is a very, very talented rhythmic Latin band, and then, of course, Idea Team with a strong horn section. And this is going to be occurring on August 25th. So that's a quick update on the concert series. And at this point, I'd like to, again, invite all of the commissioners to come out. Again, the last Thursday of the month. And at this point, I'd like to open up for any questions.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the first one, but I'm going to be in town this time, and I will see you there on Thursday. I'm excited. Any questions, comments? Peggy?
Hey.
I was just wondering, how are you marketing this?
Well, we have our social media coordinator, Kira, present. She can shine some, or is she still? I believe, I don't know if she's here, but it's West Sac News Ledger, Facebook, social media, Instagram. We're marketing across the river in Sacramento, SAC 365. It's being blasted out on various websites and publications, and so
Okay.
flyers, you name it. So
yeah, I'm sorry I missed the first one, but I'll definitely be there on the 30th. And
Yeah.
it's my birthday, so it'll be even more special for me.
Yeah. And this Thursday, we are expecting a large crowd. These are two local bands. And again, Red Voodoo, Dino McCord, the lead singer, was raised here in West Sac. So sure, lots of friends and family will be out to support. So
super exciting. I love the sense of community that that this concert series is bringing, and thank you very much.
Of course. Denise.
She's 18 months later and she's muted. Sorry for that. Congratulations. I agree with Peggy. It's just wonderful opportunity that you've created to bring people together to be happy together. And that in itself is pretty amazing. I'm curious, is Drake's offering you any support in promoting this? They have such a huge, big, broad reach.
Yes, they have been sharing some of our social media posts, particularly on Instagram, which is nice because they do have a large following. So, yes, they are.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. We will see you Thursday night. Hope to see all my commissioner friends there.
You know, it's supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be 88.
It is, yes.
Oh my gosh. And they're by the river. That could not be more perfect.
Right? Yes.
And beer.
And beer. You notice I asked about Drake.
Right. Yeah. Super fun. All right. Next is our update on our Fire Station 41 public art project with Miss Connie Lee.
Yes, I want to give you a quick update on where we are with that project, and also invite our subcommittee members, Commissioner Donkey and Commissioner Gleason, to chime in because they're very much so a part of this, and they helped us last week just get to a next milestone of the project. And since we have two newer commissioners that maybe have joined us a little later, I'll kind of recap. In February of 2021, it was brought up at this commission that Fire Station 41, that there was a bench there. And I think the consensus was that everyone who tried to think of the bench, this is a white thing that looks like a blob, or we now have heard plug. It's a very large white bench that was installed there along with a parking area, and it's across the street on 15th Street, right there at Station 41, across from the fire department. The intention of the bench at the time, it was constructed of hay bales and rebar and cement molding, and it was very much so intended to eventually a public art project for that area. Unfortunately, at the time, there were not the finances, the funds to complete the art project, but it was always intended to be done. And it kind of fell off the radar, and it came up again at the commission. We have a commissioner here who's been with us since the beginning, who, said, hey, what about this bench? And the discussion started. And there was a lot of momentum and support from this commission to go look into it, explore the possibility of using public art funds. It was brought back to the commission. The commission did make that recommendation. We've been working with a public arts consultant since I have no knowledge of doing public art projects, nor does anyone in our department really. So we have been working with the public arts consultant. We created a subcommittee, and we have two commissioners here, Commissioner Domke and Commissioner Gleason, who are serving on the subcommittee, and we're so excited about that. With Commissioner Domke, she's got the history, she knows the project and knows a lot of people. She was able to bring in a very a wonderful resident of the neighborhood to be the resident subcommittee member representative, and I'll let Denise tell a little bit more about that resident. But I mean, you couldn't find a better representative. And then we have city staff and Cheryl Gleason. We have Commissioner Gleason, and Commissioner Gleason herself is an art professional. She's an artist, and she's just had a lot to contribute along the way. And then we have, if any of you know Chris Roski, he is a project manager for the city. So he has had the privilege of doing some installation of some other public art pieces in town. So his role is and will be to sort of help with permits and putting it in, and the actual, how do you get this in there and maintain it and make sure that this is a lasting piece for the community. And then we actually have Kira, who you now all met quite a few times and who is an artist herself. And then myself, I'm learning a lot and stumbling along and just learning from everybody on the subcommittee. The RFQ process has been interesting. Boy, everything's online now, and it's in this thing called Procure Now, OpenGov, and doing all of that and getting it out there is quite challenging. But we've done it, and I want to report. I'm very proud of some analytics that we have once we got the RFQ out. So working with this commission, one of the, I sent out to commissioners, here's a list of everywhere we can think of that are listservs and art organizations and professionals, and here's who we know of, and the West Sacramento Art Guild, and here's who we can think of to send it to. And then this commission helped, oh, Connie, what about this? So here's this other artist, blah, blah, blah. So this huge list was created, and we were able to send the RFQ out to all of these places. In the end, our vendor analytics, this project view count, meaning those that took the time to open and view the project and check the RFQ out, were 1,064. So I'm really proud of that. It's pretty amazing. We had 22 that actually went through downloading and starting the application process. So we had 22 that were interested in applying. We had 16 that finished, but they maybe didn't meet all of the criteria. And in the end, we were looking at 9 complete submissions. Staff looked at those, and we forwarded 8 to the subcommittee. One we did not forward because they really submitted on the behalf of like a collective of artists, and they weren't necessary. It was more like hire us as the middleman, and we'll go help you figure out who of our large collective of artists might be best for this project. And that was really backing up because in the RFQ process, we were specifically trying to get artists to apply, show us their past works, show us their completed projects and why they are qualified to do this bench project. So the subcommittee met last week, and they spent several hours looking at qualifications, resumes, letters of interest from artists, and many, many pieces of their art, and then discussing that. And now where we're at, they came down to 5 artists that ranked highest with the subcommittee that will now be invited to come see the site, hear a little more about, sort of the history and the background of the project, and touch the bench. And then they will be offered an honorarium of $500 to complete the next phase, which will be, this is what I would do with the bench. This is what I'm going to take the blob or the slug, and this is what I present to you. And then the subcommittee will be looking at those. The artists will have till August to complete those and develop those. In September, the subcommittee will meet again, and they will actually, we're not sure now, we think it'll still be Zoom. They'll be able to hear the artist present their piece and show, and explain to them, what they've designed and why and what it is. And then the subcommittee will rank those. And they're going to come back to you in October with one that they recommend and why they recommend that. And at that time, you as a commission will see what you think of the recommendation. And based on that, if you approve the recommendation, it will go to council the very next month in November for council approval. And then we'll go into the whole next contract fabrication, and we should have the bench installed by August of the next summer and celebrate it. So, and with that, I would like to open up to subcommittee members, Commissioners Domke and Gleason, if there's anything else you would like to add, reporting sort of on what you thought. We don't want to talk specifically about artists, but just kind of anything you might want to add.
So I think that one of the things I like about how you guys set this up is that there was a little nod to get local artists. So there was a point structure there that gave you a 5-point bonus if you're a local artist. And I think it's really important to support our local artists if we can, if they're available to be in this process. We had, I think, a great presentation of the skill set of some of these individuals and teams. There were some really very talented artists, some that were really quite amazing that I would love to go see in person. So I think that overall, the quality of the 5 that we ended up with, which we were pretty in agreement about, depending on their proposal, this could be difficult. It could be challenging.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for your skills and all this, Cheryl. So what we know is that a public art project is really also an infrastructure project. It's an engineering project. It's a maintenance and durability project, right? There's a lot to it. This project, like all of our public art projects, this project is funded through the Public Art Fund. So it doesn't come out of the general fund. It's not robbing from Peter to pay Paul. It's part of a program that the city's had in place for several decades now to support public art through a percentage of city budget on city projects. Specifically in this project, the Station 41 project, God, Connie, when did you say that we started the conversation? Did you have that date?
Which date of starting what?
The Station 41 remodel.
We did the remodel in 2006.
Yeah.
The renovation in 2006.
And it needed to happen. I mean, there were structure questions. There was an integrity of the building question. And, doing its usual due diligence, the city brought in architects and there was a design. And when they brought it to the Art Commission, I think everybody was surprised that they're really strongly held. And John and Carrie, you'll remember some of this, I think. Station 41 was a community fire station on 15. It was built in its original iteration decades ago, maybe even like 40 or 50 years ago, and staffed by volunteer firemen. And they built that whole neighborhood off 15th and in the State Street. They built that fire station literally themselves. They certainly raised the money for it. They had potluck, they had bean feeds, the volunteer firemen and their families. It was a real cornerstone of the community. And the first proposal for the building, thematically, it carried nothing forward from it. It was a beautiful building. It just didn't resonate with the history of that fire station and the families and the generations of families that were tied to it. And there were representatives from the Historical Society, people that had grown up in the neighborhood, and they made excellent points, and there was modification made to the design. And part of the conversation in the design was that there would be a place for the community to come together. So that's 2006, right? We're gonna build this bench. It's gonna be a little park-like area. So the base of it got built, right? The slug was built, and then nothing happened. Then 2008 hit, and then it took us through 2013 to come out of the effects of that. And periodically we would, and then the art, periodically we would ask about it. Because the special thing about this project, different than many of the public art projects that we've done, some of our public art projects are funded by national grants or funded by developers. And so we've had the opportunity to either receive them right, with no input, and or give some input to its development. And sometimes the purpose of that is to draw people to an area, because to challenge them, to encourage them to be curious. All the reasons that you do, because even spark a little controversy, right? That's public art. That's how it works. So this project is a debt that's owed historically to the families that built Firehouse 41, and also an opportunity, as it turns out, although at the time no one had any idea that this would be the case. But all these years later, the state streets are seeing a resurgence. They're seeing young families come in with children, building relationships in those neighborhoods. And there are still some of the original families that are in the area around Station 41. So this art project, the hope, at least for me personally, and it was covered, and actually, no, not just me personally, because Connie in the RFP was cute. It was clear that it was for that community. It was both to introduce people new to the community to folks that helped build that community through the process of a public art project, and to have interaction, engagement from the community. And it's not a huge budget. It's really, as public art projects go, it's a very small budget, and there's maintenance, built into it. So the people that got it, the artists that got this concept, I would say they brought a lot of talent, many of them. I also loved that there was a local preference in the weighting, but they got the heart piece of it too. They got the community piece of it too. And that's really important for this piece. So it's very exciting. I'm really very excited.
We're looking forward to next steps, and in October, bringing the final recommendation back to the commission. You'll have a chance to see all 5, but you will also see the final recommendation. So thank you.
Denise, I'm interested, who is the resident that you brought on?
Oh my gosh, Carrie. Pat Flint has agreed to sit on this project with us, and she and several other, folks that had grown up, that were kids in that neighborhood, that saw their parents help develop that fire station. They spoke well. I mean, it resonated with everybody on the commission at the time. So it's really quite an honor that Pat has the time and is willing, and definitely has the heart connection to bring that piece of it forward. I think I have goosebumps right now. We're really lucky that she's engaged.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it really is, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it done, finally. And thank you, Denise, for bringing it forward again, right? And thank you, Connie, for taking the reins on it and helping to make sure we actually get it done.
Well, yeah, thank you to staff for hearing it.
Yes.
Getting it.
Absolutely.
It really only had to come forward once.
Okay.
In this last, during the pandemic. And it was, let's look at this. Staff got it. And they researched it and they brought it back out. They looked at all the documentation. It wasn't easy. 2006. Think about how we were holding public meetings. We had the same framework for a public meeting, but it was an entirely different animal. They did a really good job.
Good job, everybody. All right. Our next item is director's report. Do we have one though?
You do. Good evening, Commissioner, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners. My name is Erin Rivas. I'm the Parks and Recreation Business Manager, and I'm giving the director's report on behalf of Tracy Michael. I wanted you guys all to welcome Katie Fox. She's our new Parks and Recreation Secretary. I don't know if there was official announcement in this commission. She started on May 31st. She is a Parks and Recreation legacy. The California Parks and Recreation Society offers a scholarship every year in her father's name, the Jerry Fox Maintenance Management School Scholarship. She comes to us from having several years of experience working as a lab technician with local universities. She received her bachelor's degree from Sacramento State University, and her interest in working in the public sector led her to join the City of West Sacramento's Park and Rec family. In her free time, Katie enjoys spending time with her 3 rescue kitties, biking, reading, eating, and exercising, and hanging out with friends. Next, I wanted to just to announce the Wide Open Walls. You may have heard the city participated in the Wide Open Walls Mural Festival last month. A little bit of a surprise. This is a program that takes place in various communities in the Sacramento region. We had a last minute opportunity to participate, and the city manager's office took the lead to identify 4 locations in West Sacramento, including Sutter Health Park, 2 spots on the Tower Bridge Gateway Rail Overpass, and on the back wall of Burgers and Brew. There's more information on the Wide Open Walls website, as well as the city's website. Should we participate in the program again, we will try to plan far enough in advance so this commission has an opportunity to help identify some locations. I also wanted to let you know, we are working on an RFP for the public art piece at the Southport Levee Trailhead location. It's going to go live on July 5, with the cutoff being August 16th. And per your recommendation, I think I thought about it too, but repurposing some of the art elements or the metal pieces from the decommissioned or future decommissioned, I don't know what the timeline is, but on the communication tower. Those things are huge, but really cool. I went to dug through some old files and found out the dimensions on those suckers, and they are big, but super excited. They're going to have, we'll probably have like an open house or something. So all the artists who are interested in proposing can get an idea of scale and give us some ideas of what they can do with those art pieces. That concludes my director's report. If you have any questions, I am here for answers.
Thank you, Erin. Any questions, comments?
Erin, I have a quick question. There was a grant submission related to the trailhead, wasn't there?
Correct. Yeah.
And maybe I missed it, but do you have a status update on that grant?
It's the Habitat Conservation Fund. The trailhead was actually it was 2 rounds of funding from Habitat Conservation Fund. The first one was the acquisition of the trailhead. The second one, it was for the improvements. I'm also doing the grant administration for that project. Great. So we've already have invoiced for the first round of pre-construction. The project is coming in significantly higher than anticipated. And so I think just to navigate some of the project hurdles, we're probably going to phase it and have the ADA ramp is going to go separately because of some of the Section 408 permitting challenges. But we were
successful in those efforts then.
Oh yeah. We have some permitting challenges, but we are moving forward. It is actually going to be, I'm trying to remember, I think it's on the 20th. We are the trailhead, the restroom. I think we're moving forward on the restroom acquisition. That's a separate kind of a standalone piece, but we are going out to bid in July for I think it's design, I want to say, for the trailhead. No, I'm sorry. It's actually for construction. We have the construction docs already. I apologize. So yeah, in July, we're going to go out to bid.
So has this group already seen the design element that relates to the public art piece? Okay.
Yes. I think my last appearance, I think I did the update.
Okay. Great.
Anybody else? Erin, can you explain to us what the process is going to be and look like for once you're putting out the RFP on the 5th, you said?
Correct. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send an email to you folks to see who wants to volunteer to be on a panel, because I want the Arts Commission to be the panel that reviews the submittals.
Okay. Are we also going to be looking for any community neighbor members, hopefully?
So far in the RFP, we've been working with Yellow Arts. And so we decided to go ahead and see what we had her help us define what local was going to be, which is what we discussed last time. So local, it's going to be it's going to be within our county, Yolo County, and then any neighboring counties. Anything touches Yolo County, just to kind of see what we get.
But on the selection committee, will we be including?
In many ways, that's our role.
Okay.
Because this is a citywide parks project. It'll go through the Parks Commission, and that's the role. We are advisory, right? That's the role of the Arts Commission. So we bring a broad view from all over. I mean, I think it's awesome about this commission right now is the areas of the city it so effectively covers. So I think that's probably, my guess is that's our role.
We wanted to make sure, we wanted to keep it as local as possible, but because we were talking about, possible murals and some metal work, that in talking with Allison Flory with Yellow Arch, she recommended keeping it within the adjacent counties just to see what we get. And then of course we'll have the review panel can decide, that who has the best offer, but I think that gives us more, hopefully more responses.
It's possible that you're talking about two different things, Erin. She's talking about, I think, Carrie, correct me if I'm wrong, you're talking about a group of people similar to the Station 41 project who will sit on it that represents a community. And Erin is talking about selection, RFPs out to artists.
Right,
So,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that the review panel would probably be just composed of this commission. I didn't think we were going to expand out. Unless there's other recommendations or ideas. I know that I thought that far in advance. I just assumed that you guys would be doing it.
I really think that the community of West Sacramento cares so much, and we should encourage community involvement, whether that is a Facebook poll on these final selections, like on our West Sac community discussions page or in some other form, because I know that these are big decisions, and as much as I want to represent my community, I don't think that I really have the proper opinions of everybody to really bring that forward. But I do think that those opinions would be really easy to get via a survey or a poll. And I would like to bring in the community in that way, if that's possible.
Check in with Tracy, find out what and see if that's even possible, but sure.
Carol?
Erin, this is a question for you. The other project that I think is slated after the trailhead is, where are we at on the Heritage Park and the public art that'll go in the park? Heritage Oak Park.
Well, we're still looking at obtaining funding for the master planning effort, so that's still in the works.
Okay.
So the commissioners will be definitely in the loop on that.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions or comments? All right. One last thing, Erin, when Cheryl just brought it up, and we mentioned this, I think when you presented last time, is because both of those projects are in such close proximity, making sure that we kind of keep it in the same realm. So we don't have one thing at the Heritage Oak Park and then something else totally different, kind of having that flow happen. So.
Well, I mean, I think at some point they're looking at having an overall riverfront a branding or theming. So I'm sure you guys will be, you'll be part of that conversation.
Great. Thank you, Erin. All right. Are there any future item requests from commissioners? Okay, seeing none, I would ask that we have a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
I second that
second.
motion.
So we have Gleason made the motion, and I have Commissioner Bell second the motion. I think there was a tie, but we're going to go with Mel. Is that okay? All right. And so I'm going to do roll call now. Commissioner Archuleta,
Aye.
Vice Chair Bell, Commissioner Domke,
Aye.
Commissioner Gleason,
Aye.
Commissioner Perez,
Aye.
and Chair Corwitz.
Aye.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Hope to see you all in person at our next meeting, guys.
And at a party on the river.
Yes, we'll definitely party on the river on Thursday.